Hey guys, Sublord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Iron Man Retro Series fan channel exclusive. No G's'em. Fan channel exclusive is good. Fan channel exclusive is very good because today we're taking a look at War Machine. Good old James Rhodes, brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro, as well as my good buddy Evil Villain. Click the link in the description below. Hit him up on ye old Instagram because we worked out a trade so I could get this guy. I traded him the G.I. Joe Classified Ram Cycle with... shoot, I just had his name. Either way, the Ram Cycle to get this guy and Scorpion from the Spider-Man animated retro series there. So I should either have a review of that already up or coming at a later date. So, with that being said, I think it is time now that we move right along and take a look at all good old James Rhodes has to offer in terms of accessories before I have any more brain farts. Starting off with a pair of alternate repulsor blast hands, which is not something we saw with the original release of this guy, which came out during, I think, the height of the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken, 2020, summer of 2020 or something. Either way, that one came with a buttload of accessories. This guy, not so much, but he does have these. And he also has a blast effect for his gun. And missiles for his missile pod on his back there. They do spin, they do pop off too, but either way, nothing to write home about. That's all you get for accessories. And if I'm not mistaken, this guy almost cost the same as the deluxe figure. It came with twice as many accessories. That's kind of wild. And Breaker was the name of the dude that came with the Ram Cycle. Thank you, memory banks. So, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, a premature comparison here, if I move him over a bit. Here's the original, which in all honesty still holds up. Granted, he's got the silver molded plastic, which I know some people aren't a fan of. This guy at least has the white, that nice pearlesque white. So he looks a little bit more primo, but silver paint on that face mask is top notch. But there you go. There he is with his original counterpart, which was one of the top 10 Marvel Legends of that year, for me anyways, because I freaking love War Machine. I always like War Machine more than Iron Man, because you can't go wrong with a crap ton of guns strapped to your back and your forearm and, well, everywhere else. Makes me wonder why he needs repulsors, because did he just shoot a homie in the face? I don't know, man. Just like, why would you want to mess with that, or that, or that? Like, this dude could straight up shoot a brother in the face. That's all I'm saying. But, taking a closer look at this version, he is, of course, accurate, for the most part, to the Spider-Man animated series and the Iron Man animated series. He'll go great with that retro card modular armor Iron Man. Not gonna lie. But if you don't have that one, I think he looked good next to the gold and red one too. It's just I think that silver and black one probably looks better with him. I think you could still get both of these War Machines. I don't think they're too terribly expensive on the aftermarket. That said, one thing I thought was different but is not. I thought the shoulder pads were different. They're not. They're the same thing. It is just a repaint of this guy. Some things are a little better. Like this guy's guns on his back are a little looser than this guy's. But other than that, really, it's not too far of a stretch. I think maybe the feet might be a little looser on the hinges, but nothing too crazy. As far as articulation goes, his head will look up well. He's got the ball joint, the neck, and in the base of the skull, so he can look around. He can tilt, he can rotate. He's got that little scope on his helmet there. These things are on track, so they can move forward and back. They do rotate. They are on ball joints, but you don't get a lot of play out of that. At least not on this guy. It feels like the peg holes are a little deeper, especially on the rocket pack here. That said, because I'm smart, I had these reversed initially. So if you're wondering why they're reversed at Final Thoughts, and on the URL, that's why. But I feel like different artists draw War Machine in different ways, and sometimes his guns are on the opposite sides. That said, his shoulders will go out to the side about this far before you start bumping into stuff. Go back down, they'll rotate. He's got a bicep twist. He's got a double elbow, which is pinless. So everyone should be loving that. I want to say these biceps are on that Secret Wars Iron Man, but don't quote me on that. His wrists will hinge and swivel. Not in that order, of course. That said, he's going to ab crunch. It'll move that far forward. This far back. It's nice and tight for the most part. He's got a waist twist, also nice and tight. His hips will kick forward that far. We'll say his hips feel a little looser than the other one. Kick out to the side about that far. And he does not have the schmutz on his hips like my old one does. This one, if I can show you, has a little bit of a seam line running down one of his legs. Which one is it? I think it's this one. I had to cut some of that off with my X-Acto knife. I think maybe my nail file might do a better job of that, but I don't want to ruin the finish. Said he does have a swivel in the thigh, or a thigh cut, I should say. Double knee. Works okay. Yeah, the legs seem a little looser on this guy, but they're not like floppy or anything like that. They do it floppy. And then he does have a hinge in the foot with a rocker. And peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So very, very nice figure. Still, I like him a lot. I think the modular Iron Man probably a little better from a quality standpoint, but this guy will look great on the shelf next to him. I'm very happy to be building up my animated Marvel roster. And hey, if you have the 80th Hulk, the neon green of the skin on that figure does match up pretty well with the Hulk animated series. You just got to get a head to match. So very, very happy with this indeed. So let me bring in our two regulars. We're going to wrap things up here. We got the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith. Right there. And the infamous 11 Spawn, and of course he's going to tower over everyone because he's 7-inch, not 6-inch. That's what she said. That said, you know, you could give it to him. James Rhodes could be a card-carrying member of the Men in Red and Black Club because he is wearing black, and he does have red eyes, and I think a red reactor, or arc reactor, whatever you call it there. So, you decide. Let me know in the comments. Should he be a card-carrying member, or should he get the axe? That said, it's time now that we move right along and wrap things up. Not take a look, because I already reviewed this figure a few years ago now. Let's wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from costing the same original retail price as the deluxe War Machine, but coming with significantly less accessories, yes, I do quite like this version of good old James Rhodes because it pulls at my heartstrings. Because this is how the character looked in not only the Spider-Man animated series, but also the Iron Man animated series, which of the Marvel cartoons from the mid-90s, those two, along with the Hulk, are the ones I seen the most episodes of back when they were still playing reruns on good old Jetix when Disney XD was first a thing. Anyone remember Jetix? Used to be on Fox, then it switched to Disney XD later on. I sure do. A lone tear for Jetix. Gotta love Saturday morning cartoons, man. What the heck? What are we doing here in 2025? Or the past 10 years, I should say. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.